So hey everyone, this is your Friday. Today, or this week, we had to tell you about our most funny / interesting times that we have seen or done. Well, actually my most, wasn't really funny, it wasn't really interesting either, but it was kind of embarrassing, I suppose. It was at the school lecture theatre that is at my school, and we had this German in, and she was telling us how important it is to learn a language and stuff like that. And we had this game called Stand Up, Sit Down, right? And what we had to do is, if we had done something, we had to stay standing, and if we hadn't done that thing, you had to sit down, right? So we were doing that, all happy jolly, everything was going cool, and then it was my turn. Well, it wasn't really, the whole of year 9 were doing it, so we're there, and this woman said, stay standing up if you've lived in a foreign country. So of course I stayed standing up, because I lived in New Zealand for about 2 to 3 years, and I moved back about 2 years ago, so yeah, I moved about 5 years ago, something like that. Well, it was about 9 actually. There was about 5 of us standing up. Most of them had lived in Spain or in Germany, one of them. And he came to me, and it said she asked where I'm from. So I said New Zealand, but then she said how long for, and I didn't know she said that because there was these 2 people in front that were talking and I couldn't hear properly and stuff.
And so she said, I was at the back of the lecture theatre.
And she said, the blonde boy at the back. So, if this looks blonde, and she's either colourblind or she didn't want to point out specifically that I am ginger. So I was at the back, there's nobody behind me. It wasn't meaning to be funny or anything. She said, oi, the ginger boy at the back. Not like that. No, she was more like, the blonde boy at the back. And I was like, I looked behind me, no one behind me. I was just like that. And I pointed at me. And everybody was like, you ginger. And I was just like, but I wasn't specifically like that. I was just more like a sort of weird Mexican sort of thing. Yeah, so that was one of them, and I couldn't hear and stuff, and it just messed up. I ended up getting rather embarrassed. That's my story of a German coming in school and not wanting to go with ginger. A bit iffy, a bit jiggy. Get jiggy with it. And yeah, so that's pretty much my main things that have embarrassed me. Funny thing, I've got a rather boring life, there's nothing funny about me, so. But my most interesting time is when I was about 8, well it was before I moved to New Zealand anyway, and I was in Wheaton, the old village that I used to live in, and I was at my friend's house, so we just messed around, and I went to cross the road, and it was one of these cars that really quiet, and I was crossing the road and I got hit by a car, right. Most of my family say that I hit the car, but really, basically there's more damage to the car than there was to me, so yeah, that's probably why. But that dude who I apparently rode into, he was so cool about it. He was just he was ringing up all the time, see how I was and stuff like that, so yeah, that's my time in Chinese chicken majiggy bob. This was on the bus today, right, on the way home from school. We had this weird bus driver. We were waiting at school, ready to come home, and he was there, and he said, "Does anybody know where we're going?" And this was our bus driver, and he was taking us back to Brood, this little village that I live in. Pretty much all you see out there is all you get in this village. Yeah, that's my little Ferrari. Because I said to Jasmine and Ty on Facebook that this video might want to make you shoot yourself. I think that's what. And yeah, if you haven't, then you're a miracle person. You're just one of these people that you just need to give thousands and thousands of dollars or pounds or whatever you use, euros. Do you use euros in Romania?